I'm sending you to one too.
I always say selling on Alibaba.com is kind of like being at like 5 trade shows at once.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform.
About 50 to 60%. My export business comes from Alibaba.
Going from doing one order to doing 20 or 30 orders in a 1 or 2 month period, the platform speaks for itself. That's just weight in gold.
I mean, when you do a good job with Alibaba.com, buyers from everywhere around the world, they will know about you. And I can now develop and export my product in over 45 countries.
Once I started with Alibaba, I was able to reach people all across the world, like Tanzania and Kenya and Africa and the UK and Germany.
I'm selling product in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, and a host of others. I wouldn't have reached those customers without Alibaba.com.
Selling on Alibaba.com has gotten easier than ever. Introducing our new flexible payment plan options. When you sign up for an Alibaba.com seller membership, choose between paying annually or quarterly. Regardless of which plan you choose, get the same seller service and all-encompassing suite of features that make us the world's leading online B2B marketplace. With 0% commission taken on sales, keep the customer relationships you make and profits you win. Conduct business the way you want to. Build the business you've always wanted, now with more flexibility than ever. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
They made the onboarding process very, very easy. Once I paid my fees, after that, I don't need to worry about anything. If you have a product and you want to sell on the international market, I would say you should not wait. You should just reach out to Alibaba.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform. The best thing that Alibaba does really is the support that you get, because it's a whole new world once you get on the platform. Eric Cross and his team, they really helped me and my team navigate the website, you know, what to do, what not to do, the best practices. So that really, to me, is like one of the greatest assets to being on the platform.
I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience.
Alibaba.com team is absolutely amazing. They were always there, making sure that I understand the platform. They were smart, very reactive whenever I had a question, and they were so patient. And as I continue to grow the business, they continue to connect me with experts to help me with specific business questions.
Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar today, Revolutionizing Design Thinking. My name is Jessica Chen, and I'm a marketing manager at Alibaba.com North America. And today we're going to talk about product innovation. Before we start, I wanted to first show you a little bit more about what Alibaba.com is about, in case you're still coming to this kind of new. Here we go. Unleash infinite business opportunities with Alibaba.com, the world's largest online B2B marketplace. With over 40 million active buyers, 300,000 daily inquiries, important business deals are being made around the world all the time using our platform. Best of all, we take 0% commission on your sales. By signing up as an Alibaba.com supplier, you keep the money you earn, every single cent. Now is the perfect time to sign up. Professional onboarding services can get you started faster and with less stress than ever.
Take advantage of classic Alibaba.com features, such as attracting buyers from over 200 countries and regions to your online store, where they can reach out with inquiries about your products. There's also no need to worry about language barriers. We translate your store and messages into 15 languages so you can communicate with the world with ease. Proactively net orders by browsing and responding to sourcing requests on the Request for a Quotation or RFQ market. Any relationships you gain from reaching out to sourcers on the RFQ market are yours. Finally, attain exclusive data-driven insights and 24/7 customer support from our team right here in the USA. We'll help guide you to success using proprietary insight gained from our over 20 years in online B2B sales. Because of these features, Alibaba.com has become the wholesale B2B platform trusted by US suppliers. Grow with us no matter your business type.
Now it's easier than ever to start selling with our new flexible payment options.
Let's make it easy to do business anywhere. Sell on Alibaba.com.
Okay, so that's a little introduction to Alibaba.com. Today, here are the contents or agenda for today's webinar. First, we're going to talk about what is Alibaba Group, and then talk about what Alibaba.com is in relation to Alibaba Group. And then we're going to move on to the main portion of our presentation, which is the shift to digital purpose, and also welcome our special guest, Elie Papiernik from Centdegrés, and then also introduce something called the Alibaba.com seller program, as well as some case studies so you can see how the platform can work for you overall. Also, throughout any time during this presentation, if you have any questions, whether that's for Mattia or for our special guests or for any of the people on our team, please enter your questions in the Q&A box below. Then we can finally address them at the very end where there's a Q&A session for everyone. So first, I'm going to introduce Mattia, who is here on screen with me. Do you want to say hi?
Hello, Jessica. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. And then also we will have Elie Papiernik, who's the design director and managing partner at Centdegrés. Shall I hand it off to you, Mattia?
Sure. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm so excited today for the topic of this webinar for two reasons. First of all, because Elie has been a friend of mine since 2015, and we have been traveling the world together from Hong Kong to Las Vegas to Mumbai to Bangkok. So thanks a lot, Elie, for being with us this afternoon. I know that in Europe it's quite late, so thanks to you and to your team in Centdegrés in Paris to be here with us today. And thanks, Jessica, for the introduction. I know many of you are logging in from different time zones, so feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A chat that you can find here in Zoom, or if you want to leave, if you want to schedule a meeting with one of us, with me, or with our team, just scan the QR code that you can see on my screen. So we are ready to support you and to bring your business everywhere in the world. So let's take a look now of our Alibaba ecosystem. At Alibaba.com, our journey began in 1999 with a clear mission, as I said, to make it easy for everyone to do business anywhere. Fast forward today, we are proudly support millions of businesses across the globe, fostering their growth and success, one transaction at a time. As displayed here in the screen, Alibaba.com is part of an expansive Alibaba Group ecosystem. Actually, today, I'm here in Hangzhou with a team because in the next weeks, we will unveil new services and new products here in Alibaba.com. So we are training to support your businesses to go global and to understand global markets. Alibaba Group, as I said, is Alibaba.com is part of Alibaba Group, and we are a dynamic network of several interconnected companies, each playing a unique and integral role in creating endless opportunities for global businesses, from facilitating domestic trade to fostering international commerce. Every part of our ecosystem contributes to simplify and enhancing the global trading landscapes. So, but now let's go into what Alibaba.com is and why Alibaba.com is the leading business-to-business e-commerce platform for global trading. Today, I will be guiding you through our various tools, and especially we will talk about product innovation and how product innovation is important for businesses across the globe to meet buyers' needs and consumer needs. While many of you may be familiar with B2C e-commerce, it's fascinating to note that B2B commerce is estimated to be 6 times larger in value. This is not a small number and indicates the enormous potential that B2B commerce represents, especially in the beauty, fashion, and fast-moving consumer goods sectors. Alibaba.com empowers these companies of all sizes to go global and to have digital tools to understand better the trends in specific industries and the trends and insights in a specific market. Today, we will understand why Alibaba.com is important for product innovations, and why today sellers are onboarding on Alibaba.com from different countries, and why buyers are using Alibaba.com to source new products, to source better products, and to enhance their supply chains, especially today with global problems in terms of logistics, supply chains, and suppliers. Alibaba.com is the perfect tool for sellers and buyers to better understand global markets. So let's go, Jessica, to the slides with all our numbers. So Alibaba.com is, as I said, the leading B2B e-commerce marketplace. But why? We are the leading B2B e-commerce marketplace because of these numbers, and these numbers are continuously increasing. So if you are a seller or you are a buyer, Alibaba.com is the perfect tool for you to expand your business, to sell globally, and to source in a more efficient way. And these are our numbers. We have 30 million buyers. When we say active buyers, we mean that these buyers have logged in the last 30 days. And these buyers come from 200 countries and regions. As I said, Alibaba.com was created to support Chinese companies to sell globally. Today, we are a global platform. So sellers and buyers are using our platform from all across the globe. We have, as I said, buyers from 200 countries and regions, and we have sellers from 75 countries. Europe and United States, and you can hear probably by my accent, I'm from Italy. And I'm here now in the United States, especially to support US businesses to go global. We, in Alibaba.com, we serve more than 40 industries and 5,900 categories. And our platform is translated in 18 languages with new AI tools. So we are always improving. As I said, I'm here today in Hangzhou with the team because in the next weeks, we will unveil new product features and a new way for companies to do business. So we have also 200 million products. So Jessica, what do you think about this number? Are this number incredible? They can support US businesses?
Of course, that means that since most of our buyers are from the US, that means there's always something they can find.
Yeah. So let's go where our buyers come from. So go to this slide. Our geographical distribution of our buyers is truly global. Some of the top countries include the United States, UK, Canada, and Australia. We also see a substantial engagement from many countries within the European Union, Latin America, and the Middle East. And today we have decided to have a guest speakers from Centdegrés, that is a design agency, is a global design agency with offices all over the world, because we truly believe that our platform can be a tool to support your businesses, not only to sell globally, but to find new trends, data insights, but also educational content that can support your businesses to go global. But now, Jessica, let's go to the topic of today. Today, I want to talk to you about how Alibaba.com can support your businesses in terms of product innovations. So first of all, the revolution of digital purchase. Today, we are seeing again a boom of digital payments. With the advance, especially in China, of Alibaba and other companies, digital payments have become a norm, driving the shift away from cash. These companies account for 90% of a 70 trillion mobile payments market in China, transforming the physical retail industry and financial services. And this is not happening only in the Asian market, but also globally. In Alibaba.com e-commerce platform, it significantly contributes for this revolution. In 2020, US brands generated direct revenues for 30 billion from their sales to Chinese consumer on Alibaba e-commerce platform. These sales added an additional 39 billion to the US GDP, generated 21 billion in wages for US workers, and supported more than 250,000 jobs. These are the numbers that generate the impact of Alibaba ecosystem towards the US markets. And also Alibaba.com is supporting from the sources side, but also from the selling side, these companies to better perform, as I said, in the global markets. Let's go to the next slide, Jessica. So the e-commerce boom. The e-commerce has transformed the digital retail industry. In 2020, over 2 billion people purchased goods or services online, with global e-commerce retail rates surpassing 4.2 trillion. This accounted for 17.8% of global retail sales. So what is the future of digital purchases? And then I will tell you why I'm talking right now about digital purchases. The digital purchase revolution is just at the beginning. We are seeing this boom, as I said, especially during the pandemic. We saw a boom of digital purchases, but in the last month, we are seeing a boom of digital purchases. And in Alibaba.com, we truly believe that this new way of payment will have a huge impact, and not only on the way the businesses and buyers are doing businesses offline and online in their omnichannel strategies, but also on product design, because we believe that with the increase of purchasing online, product design have to be adjusted to reach at the beginning the buyer's demand and then the consumer demands. And as I said from at the beginning, why Alibaba.com is booming across the globe. I was in charge of a business development in Europe. So if you want to know more about the European market also, you can schedule a meeting by scanning the QR code that you can find here. If you have any question, feel free to use the chat box here, so we can have with Elie and Jessica some time to answer to your question after our presentations. Because B2B e-commerce today, as I said, is 6 times larger than a B2C. And many companies, especially when I moved to the US, I understood they do not know how why is it important to entering the B2B e-commerce, but also that Alibaba.com is not just a sourcing platform, but they can actually sell, as I said, to 200 countries and regions. How, but why product designs is being amplified thanks to Alibaba.com? First of all, customization and personalization. Alibaba.com platforms allows a high degree of customization and personalization in product design. This is evident because we have many OEM and ODM sellers in our platform coming from 75 countries. So if you're looking to launch a new brand and you're looking for an OEM producer, not only, as I said, from Asian countries, but also from European countries, we are the platform that can support you to launch new product, to launch a new brand. And over many of you I can see in the list here are our startup companies. So as I said, Alibaba.com is the tool for you to support businesses. But also we have an ecosystem of partners. For example, Centdegrés, as I said, is a design company, and they have created, and Elie will tell you more about these amazing products, and they have supported founders and companies from small sizes to large sizes to launch new products and innovation. And also thanks to our platform, you can find the OEM producer, the packaging producer, primary or secondary. If you are a manufacturer, you can find machinery companies. You can we can support you with our logistics services, with our payment services, actually to support, as I said, to make it easy for you to do business anywhere in the world. Let's go to the second slide. So how we support and amplify your product design. Cloud quality assurance. Alibaba.com enabled businesses to request product samples before placing an wholesale order. This allows businesses to inspect the product for color, quality, materials, and more. If you are a buyer, you can also check if a seller, the star rating system of our seller, and you can also check if our sellers have that blue verified icon. The blue verified icon means that this seller is a verified supplier. So if you're a seller and if you are interested to know more about the verified supplier program, as I said, you can scan the QR code that you can find close to me, and we will guide you through the verified supplier program. I'm telling you this right now because we're talking about quality assurance. With a verified supplier program, your company will be inspected and verified by a third agency like SGS or TUV. You will get a certification, and the buyers from across the globe will immediately understand the quality of your products. And if you're a buyer, you can, as I said, ask for a sample and understanding immediately what if it is the correct supplier for you. Many companies are sellers and buyers at the same time. So it is important also to understand our third feature that can support product design. I'm talking about visual appeal. In the digital world, the first interaction with the buyer and with the customer is crucial. That's why we're using the latest technologies. And as I said, we are launching new product features in the next weeks. We are using live streaming to review and virtual reality showrooms, so your product can stand out and you can better design your product based on the buyer's request and in the interaction that you receive from our tools that can support your business to present your products to buyers. And I want to repeat, we have 40 million active buyers. We have a leading B2B e-commerce platform because of these numbers, because sellers, US sellers, can find buyers from 200 countries and regions. So our team, and I know that later on Matt will explain how to onboard on Alibaba. Our team can support you to understand better these feature, and we can present you also our partners. Today we will have a design agency from a global design agency that can support your product design, and we'll guide you on how your product can stand out in our platform. We have 200 million products in our platform, so you really need to use our technology, and you need to add that design that can support your company to stand out among these numbers. And our direct sales team can also do a product analysis. If you are a manufacturer or you are a brand, our team can analyze if there are blue oceans in our platform, if your company, your category is important for our platform. And user experience. Our platform is designed and is continuously improving to better support your company to stand out in the e-commerce landscape. Now, the new 7 rules of product design in digital era. First of all, user-centric design. I wanted to give you these 7 rules that are a result of a research we made it among our community of buyers and sellers, and we found out that there is a big important shift from product-centric design to user-centric design. Understanding the user needs, preferences, and behaviors is crucial. Within your account in Alibaba, we will give you access to tools to understand better buyers' behavior, market insights, and this tool is called My Alibaba. You will better understand not only how your product is performing in our platform, but you actually can understand markets where you want to export. The second rule is interactive design process. The digital era allows for rapid prototyping and testing. Designer can iterate and improve their design based on real-time user feedbacks. This is how we are, why Alibaba.com is important, and how companies are using our technology to launch new products. Integration of technology, the use of advanced technologies like AI, VR, and IoT becomes a norm in product design. So our sellers are using and integrating our technology to really stand out. And let's go to the last four rules, and then I will give it back to Jessica to introduce Centdegrés and our guest speaker, Elie. Sustainability. Today, product design and companies must be sustainable and embrace environmental issues. Thanks to My Alibaba, when you post a product, when you design a product, you can source among different values from all over the world, from packaging to ingredient to formulator to OEM and ODM that can actually support your product design. And you can search these sellers based on certifications. So we are improving on a daily basis these search tools. As I said, we will launch new product features. So if you're interested in Alibaba, you have to be in Alibaba right now. You don't have to wait. Our platform keeps improving and is a tool for your businesses to go global. The absence of physical product presence, and this is crucial, and I think that Elie will tell you more. Today, as I said, B2B e-commerce is booming and represents 6 times B2C commerce. So if your product stands out in e-commerce, for sure will stand out towards consumers. So if we will call it B2B2C. So if your product stands out towards buyers, will efficiently be seen and sold to final consumer. And data-driven design, as I said, you will have access to specific design, to specific insights and trends and data. And accessibility, digital products should be designed to be accessible to all users, and you will find more. And I want to just to finish my presentation to give you some example of product design on Alibaba. And I know that part of our US team is online. I always bring a big example. You probably know Barilla, that is the most famous pasta producer in Italy and probably in the world, is one of our sellers in Alibaba.com, and they're using our platform not to sell probably pasta, but to get just the insight on pasta. We're launching new products, and this is a very good product, pan di stelle from Italy, and Barilla is using this new product to access to new markets. And this is your storefront. So you can understand, and I know that Matt will tell you more later on, you can understand how your products needs to have that design that can support global sales. And another example is this beauty company, and Elie probably will give you more information about products in this specific industry. As you can see, this company has created a very appealing design, and this design actually is customized to reach to buyers that are globally. As I said, if you want to know more, you can scan the QR code that you can find here close to me. I would be happy to guide you through our platform to better understand marketing insights and trends. Our team in US, as you saw through during the videos, is a full support of any US business that wants to sell or source on Alibaba.com. So thanks for listening, and I give it back to you, Jessica.
Hi, so hello again. Thank you so much for that really wonderful presentation, walking us through how Alibaba.com has helped lead product design. Now I'm going to welcome our special guest, Elie Papiernik from Centdegrés. Do you mind turning on your camera?
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so happy to be with you.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm in Paris. It's 8:30, but you know, French, we work so much that for me is okay.
Okay, as well, thank you so much for joining us at such like interesting time for you, I guess. I'm going to start sharing your presentation.
You know what, Jessica, I'll try to share if it's not on strike. No, it's fine. Actually, it's fine.
Is this fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can share it.
Oh,
can you see it?
Awesome. Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen. You should take it away, Elie.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we can see your presentation. If you want to start, you can start whenever. You need, there should be
I don't see it.
I can see it. So I think most people, the audience should be able to see it, if that helps.
Okay. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm so happy to be with you. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I do like this. Can you see it now?
Yes, you're good to go.
Okay. So the subject is all about product design and trends in this beauty industry that is changing very strongly. First, I wanted to introduce myself to, for the audience today to know who I am a bit. So I'm the founder and CEO of Centdegrés, creative activist, which is a creative agency. Can you see the slides going on?
Yes.
And our mission is really to build brands or to boost brands through, in particular, product design, but also branding and retail and etc. And we consider ourselves like creative activists because we believe in the strength of creativity in the success of products. And the only thing, the other thing which is important, as Matthias said just before, and by the way, Matthias, thanks for this fantastic presentation, which was very interesting also for me, for an introduction to my speech. I think what's interesting to know for the audience is we have an international background and structure, which gives us a good knowledge of international markets, especially. We're not based in the US, unfortunately, not yet, but we have a base in Brazil. We have this original base in Paris. We are in Dubai, in Delhi, in India, and also in China. We have several offices, which give us a good knowledge on also China and the revolutions, which is in particular, by the way, China and India as well are incredible countries in terms of development of e-commerce. We work through what we call a brand factory, which goes from thinking the strategy of the product to design, and then a lot of development advice on manufacturing, and then communication. We design products for, as Matthias said, and thank you, Matthias, again, to be an ambassador of us. We work a lot in the beauty industry, but not only. And in this beauty industry, we work for prestige brands such as Kiko. It's one of our biggest client, but also luxury brands like Givenchy, and in the perfume industry. And what I say very, very often is we are to create icons on also a success point of view. It's not only creating great products, but it's creating great products that sell, that are desirable to the people. So it's not only good ideas that we are developing with our clients, but our only aim is to build successes in a sustainable way, not success that will last like a week, but in a sustainable way in many aspects. So what happened yesterday is the majority of our purchases were made in physical retail store, whatever they are, whether it's luxury or mainstream, but they were physical. And in these environments, the product was accompanied by many other factors: the testing, the salespeople that could tell you a lot of stories, the scent of the place, etc., etc. All this atmosphere that made it. I'm not saying it was easy, but it made it easier in a way to explain things. And as you were saying, Mathieu, I will probably in this presentation go into this your fifth rule of design. Today, of course, it's no longer enough with this development, with this incredible international development of e-commerce. And this process of purchasing beauty products has become totally digitalized. It's interesting to see that, for example, that in China, I was looking at the figures of fragrances being sold in digital without testing. And then, so people have to, so it's for the Gen Z, for this generation who is very open to newness and to this revolution. It's not a problem, but we have to find ways to compensate. So this is what I'm trying to explain tonight. So it redistributes the cart and establishing new rules for packaging. So what makes a good design in this perspective of the digitalized consumer experience with no physical product presence? Your fifth rule, Mathieu. For us, there would be, to simplify a bit, 5 key principles to adopt that I'm going to try and explain to you. The first one is it all starts with creating impact by making your brand concept very clear. as you say, with this nice photo of Gareth Poo, I mean, how do you make it very strong, very impactful, very clear what you want to say? And because of competitors share the same marketplace, you have 200 million of products on Alibaba. How do you assert your identity very strongly? Which for me is creating packaging with the perfect readability of the brand concept. It seems easy, but it's not, because there's a very high competition down there. And I think the products, and this is worldwide trend, people buy not only a product, but a product, a function, a benefit, and a whole story behind. So the readability of what you're saying is very strong. First example, because I wanted this presentation to be very visual, is Too Faced. This American company created by Gerard Bondino and bought by Estée Lauder. If you look at the products, it's not only it's a product, it's a beauty product, it's a makeup product, but it brings a whole atmosphere, a whole style that is very strong. It's strong on the packaging design, and it's also strong in the way they show the product. They shoot the product with the key Vs. And not only it's the core lines, but all the animations, all the sublines are doing, you see, you feel very, very strongly, very quickly, the atmosphere and the concept of the brand. You can't make a mistake. And also this idea of key visuals that create a strong brand universe. And these are guidelines that go from masstige brand, mainstream brands, to luxury brands. I don't know if Diptyque would be considered by you as a luxury brand, but it is to me. But the way you create photos, because you're not in a store, you are in a digitalized store. So the way you create an atmosphere through these key Vs is very, very important, whether it's photos or illustration, because it will build your uniqueness and your originality, your desirability. Second guideline is all about testing. I mean, of course, testing is something you can't really do in reality in the e-commerce business, but you have to find other solution. Because e-commerce doesn't allow to seduce customers through in-store testing, we need to find alternative methods to make it possible through, of course, sampling. And there has been a lot of technologies, a lot of ideas, a lot of innovations in the sampling business. Of course, Scentbird, one of the first company that made the choice in the US to develop a brand specifically on the internet, I mean, on a digital platform. And they actually, to do this, they built different products, different capacities of product, very beautiful designs, capacities that didn't exist on the market, very small capacities, but also deals that, for example, if you buy the testing capacities, the small bottles, if your next buy is like a 50 ml, the first buy would be given back to you as a deal. So it's not only its design of a specific product that by itself is exciting. It's not anymore a sample. It's a small product, a nomadic product that permits you very easily to test. And a lot of brands, that this is an interesting brand for whom we're working a lot, called Bon Parfumeur, a new niche brand from France. And they have developed also these, because they have a lot of products, these sets, these kits of discovering that are not only a cheap way to do it, but very exciting. You're happy actually to buy these. I mean, some time ago you were offered these things, but now you can buy them. And it's a nice gift. It's a nice gift for yourself. It's a nice gift for your friends. And also discovering approach, designing samples that are cool and exciting by themselves can become very spectacular. There's a very nice example, I think. I'm trying to find examples that are also different. And this gift box has been inspired by Madhubani painters, the Indian painters by Redo. This incredible success of perfume. And what they did is they said, we want to do some kind of a gift box made only with samples, very small quantity of products, but the way we created the gift box is absolutely spectacular. It's cool to buy, it's cool to receive as a gift, but it's also cool as an advertising element of the brand. If you see this on the platform, it's exciting. You want to buy it. So it's actually the sampling design becomes not only a necessity, but something which is an incredible opportunity. And also, it's pushing to buy collections. What I can see now in the digital business is, because for example, for a gift, because it's risky to maybe to buy a product without testing it. People have developed collections that you want to have, and then you don't take any risk. Actually, if you buy this as a gift for your friends, they love number 3, and they will offer to their friends number 2 and number 4 and number 5. And a lot of these brands like Christian Dior have done this, and it creates a new era of products, which I think is really cool. And it comes from these new ways, maybe instead of being afraid of the risk of doing mistakes, it becomes an opportunity. It's like this revolution is a new way of thinking the product design, but also this gift box. Same for makeup. What's true for a fragrance is also true for makeup. Vuitton also, they have developed so many of these gift box, several capacities, one is nomadic, etc., etc. So you don't take risk, and it's a very exciting kind of buy. And also, testing, of course, you all know, you talked about it, Mattia, the virtual test, the product, this has very much, and all the technologies behind it that Alibaba is developing is very much helping also to buy the products you need. And in the makeup industry, for example, it's very much tailor-made, because you have many colors for makeup, for a foundation, for lipstick, for eyeliners, etc., etc. You imagine the offer; it's huge, a huge offer. So these technologies are a big help in choosing, because when you have 200 million products on Alibaba platform, it's a lot of product. So we all have to help people to find very fast what they need, what they like, what they desire. And so exactly as these platform of technology help, also the personalization. Mattia, you talked a lot about personalization during your speech, and I think it's very, very important. Kiko, one of our big clients, they developed for the retail, but also for the digital, by these personalization. And what's cool about these platforms is finally it's quite easy. Because this is technology, you can print, you can engrave with laser, you can have many colors, and then it's automatic the way you put products into a gift box, etc., etc. And this is an incredible excitement, because in a way now you can order in one click, but it's a cool thing to receive something that you've ordered for yourself, which is going to be very different from your friend buy. So this is also for design and for the brands, it's a cool opportunity to, enlarge the offer and make an offer on the digital platform that is, in a way, bigger, stronger, more exciting than in a retail. Third guideline is also what I call talkative packaging. I love this example of a boot, and you have a packaging that explains you, because it looks like it's printed, of course, on the pack, and it's a boot that is it's waterproof, but it says everything. You don't need to read on this packaging that it's a boot that is done for rain. So the product, and this is an incredible opportunity also for designers and brand owners and startups to develop products. because you can't have this conversation that you have in a point of sale. So you have to create products that speak for themselves through packaging that provide use explanation, but not only. So, for example, benefit. I think it's cool examples also of, for example, names, explanations of the product that are not only this is done for that, you know, the benefit and the promises, but with cool ways, the professional. It's an ability to be able to explain, but explaining can be also an opportunity to create cool ways of explaining, a tone of voice that are different. This is also very cool. So you have packaging that not only that explain you what inside, but what's the as I said before, the whole look and feel, but also the way you explaining you the way you use the product. And this is going to be a big help for digitalized buy. And finally, sometimes packaging that are extremely clear and simple. This is an interesting brand, I think, Rare Beauty, that, for example, using transparency to see the real color, because, you know, buying makeup, sometimes you're afraid that you don't choose the right color. So you see on the photo itself that, you know, what you see is the real color that you'll get. And some people are also printing from this also cool brand, Rare Beauty. They are printing on the secondary packaging the real color. So it's not only it's going to be clear for the consumer, but it also builds another type of image and personality and typology. I'm sure you know this brand, and it's also this kind of transparency, the way you explain everything on the labels, this cleanness, which explains the ingredients, the benefits, etc., etc. So it creates also a new aesthetic, I would say. For guideline, it's all about influence, because as you all said before, I mean, Jessica and Mattia, I mean, these platforms have so much technology to also showcase the product in a different way. Influencers, videos, etc., that can say a lot. So also it's an opportunity for designers to create products that generate enthusiasm and trust in a different way. And for example, through unboxing, but also explaining the functions, etc. And you have special editions, for example, like here is an interesting example from La Mer. And then it's incredible packaging. And then you see a lot of influencers being able to take the product, explain the story, but through also the packaging. Or this gift box that is almost like a book. So you see, you have this ability to explain a lot of storytelling, etc., etc. So I think it's again, you could consider as a constraint being on the digital platform, but actually, again, it's a fantastic opportunity. And also, I think some brands like Dior, and with this Miss Dior, you know, very special edition. Sometimes, you know, I know that these brands develop products. Maybe they will sell just a few to crazy consumers, but they also use these as a communication tool on the social media. So also, I think my advice to brand owners, whether you're a startup or a medium-sized company or a big company, don't hesitate to create product. Just for, I mean, for the testing, I mean, as you said, Mattia, creating product, creating prototypes, etc. But sometimes creating incredible products just for the communication aspect of it. And also confidence. This is a cool example for a company called Skin and Out. And what they do is when you receive this, this is like a bento box of skincare products. And what I like is they explain on the gift box what is it for. So it's not only on the so it's in a way it's a pedagogy, but again it's simplifying the whole process. But it's a cool It's a cool atmosphere also. It's like a companion brand. So of course you cannot talk to real people, but you create packaging, you create gift box, etc. that talk to the people. And to maybe to conclude, sometimes creating new habits, it's even stronger. I mean, of course, this influence. I mean, this influence and the world of influencers are helping, and the videos, etc. But sometimes, if you invent, that's why innovation, as you said, Mattia, before. I mean, innovation is cool because when you have something new to say, it's even more interesting. And sometimes packaging can help you to do this again. And I mean, competition is high, so if you bring new products, new gestures, new way of looking at your products, it's even better. So new gestures. For example, Drunk Elephant, this incredible brand, brought as an example products that you can combine together instead of having rituals that are quite simple. You take a product and then after that you take another one. They came up with ideas which are quite simple, but it was new at this time, that you can mix a lot. So for me, it's really very much of a new gestures, something you can talk about. It's not only like a detail, it's really about the what we call UX or ergonomics of gestures. Or this, for example, is a pushing pack, and then the cream is going up. And thanks to also innovation in packaging. Or this example, which I think is quite cool, from Charlotte Tilbury, which is a new way of putting your product. It's like what they call a cream blush. And I'm just giving you an example because it's an innovation, you need to explain how it works. And in a way, it's even stronger to use a digital platform, because this is very difficult to do on a point of sale. On a digital platform, it's easy. You can have a lot of videos explaining, etc., reactions of people. So it's even stronger on a digital platform. And same for this Kiko packaging. We did a lot of work with Kiko on gestures. Here is you have to push the product on top to release the raisin, I mean the lipstick. And I've seen a lot of influencers around the world talking about this detail. See this cool lipstick, there's a special gesture around it, so it makes people talk. So to recap, I'm finished with the presentation, but to recap, first, you create impact by making your brand content very clear. Secondly, you design packaging that enables at-home testing, and this testing can become very spectacular. Third is talking packaging. You design packaging that talk to the consumer, so it's all about consumer-centric, as Mathieu said. 4 is packaging that must thrive through influence. And 5, you create new ergonomic UX that create a lot of storytelling. So I'm done with my presentation. I hope it was clear. If you have any question, of course, don't hesitate to ask me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Elie. That was a really cool presentation. I also really enjoyed how you explained all the different designs, especially because I recognize a lot of the brands, and it was like really cool to hear how that happened for you guys. But yeah, so I will actually hold all the questions
to simplify a bit, so that it's direct.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And I think you articulated your points very clearly and directly. Well, we're gonna actually do all the questions at the end, so you can take a short break, and I'm gonna hand it off to Matt. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna share this one. Ta-da! Hey, thank you for joining us, Matt.
Thank you, Jess. So I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth on Alibaba, the seller program, and kind of what being a supplier on Alibaba looks like, and give you guys a little bit more of an inside scoop regarding using the platform, and some of the things that you would want to look out for if you were to join Alibaba as a supplier. First thing is, this is going to be the home screen on Alibaba, basically getting an idea of how the platform looks, what you're going to want to use it for. The main thing I tell most of the suppliers or prospective suppliers is the only people who are really going to see this page, for like the 99% of people that are coming here, someone who wants to go ahead and buy B2B, who wants to go ahead and participate somewhere along that B2B buyer chain. And obviously, when they do a search for a product that's similar to yours, you want to make sure that you're found there. Jess, if you can go to the next screen. Great. So these are some of the other more intricate parts of Alibaba after the main homepage. So every supplier that goes on the platform, they get a storefront, and we're going to make sure that we post their products. So what that looks like is your journey on Alibaba would be, we'll send you your product spreadsheet. You'll go ahead and fill out all the information. It'll be 50 or 75 products to get everything started. We'll go ahead and post it on the storefront for you. Every membership comes with a keyword advertising credit. So you'll have some version of that to start generating some traffic, get people seeing the page. Once you go ahead and start using that, we'll want to go ahead and get your responses set up, make sure that you know how to message people, what to say, either you want to drive them to your website, what you want to do with that information of the buyer from their company profile. In addition to that, once that situation actually goes from just messaging to an order, you'll want to know kind of what payment looks like, what finance looks like, how you would ship, and how that process works. So really taking you fully from, not ever knowing about Alibaba all the way to the point where, you're getting your first order through Alibaba, and how the relationship builds with that client to get to that stage. Jess, if you could just throw the next screen up there. Thank you so much. All right, great. So one of the main things as far as my team and what we do is we work on adding new US suppliers to the platform. The reason being is there's been a lot of interest, as people can imagine, of buying US products, working with a US supplier. A lot of people, since the bulk of the majority of the buyer base is going to be in the US, they want to go ahead and find a US based option, higher quality, an additional, local person to speak with. So that's going to be one of the main benefits there, and really moving them through that cycle to help the buyer in whatever way they see necessary. Great. So this goes back to, the main segment here is the US is the buyer base. I would say the US is about 30% of the buyer base, and then the next highest one is less than 10%. So you're going to see a lot of little slices of that pie there. The main things to know here is just, how many inquiries, how many product categories. I always like to tell people, anything that you could potentially make, it would have a place on Alibaba. There's probably products in a related category or some version of it, whether it's raw finished goods, a finished product, or some version of that as well. We get a ton of inquiries per day, 300,000 daily inquiries, and we participate all along that buyer chain. Great. So wanting to focus a little bit more on why US suppliers are on demand, just as I said before, but in addition to that, a lot of times when the buyer's having to source overseas, it takes months for the product to get there. So there's definitely a segment of the buyer base that's going to want to go ahead and source overseas for particular suppliers that they know to work with. But we also want to make sure that the suppliers who want products quick, who want a higher quality that they can rely on, that they have that option as well. Great. And then we wanted to dive into some of the more intricate categories. So my team and I, we've been working on so many different suppliers, their storefront, onboarding them onto the platform. For me particularly, I've seen food and beverage as usually a high performing industry. We always like to say in body, on body. That's one of the higher trafficked areas on Alibaba. The kind of the catch-22 is usually they're a little bit more of the regulated areas too. They have the most searches, but generally, there's certification that goes along with getting found in those categories. So Alibaba can stand by you and get you found by those people. So all the other categories there as well. They're a little bit of a lower barrier to entry because the certification isn't as robust that you need to enter. As you can see, vehicles, transportation, consumer electronics, and any version of that's going to be a little bit less regulated, where we can kind of just post the products and then start working on some of the tools and some of the metrics to generate your traffic on your storefront. Great. And then as far as what the products in those categories look like, generally from what I've seen, it's higher, more specialized products like healthy products in food and beverage, a little bit more so like something specific in products that are more specialized, like industry leading products. I know we have a coating manufacturer in the US that does really well. So that's one focus that I've seen. And then just distributors that have a lot of products in different categories. That's a really good fit because when someone searches, your product's going to be somewhere within that. And the more traffic you get to your page, maybe someone doesn't need the product that they originally thought they would need, but they need a different one. Great. So now I'm going to jump through some case studies. So feel free to check out our YouTube page on some of the case studies and how that affects your time on Alibaba. Definitely would see I'm sure a supplier that's pretty similar to the things that you guys produce. So definitely feel free to check it out. There's US suppliers. There's also overseas suppliers on the platform and kind of how the platform worked for them. Great. So here's one of the coating manufacturers that I spoke about before. This has been a supplier on Alibaba now for 3 years. They've sold in countries like Dubai, UK, US, all over the world. And they're using it to fill a lot of the gaps in the B2B sales funnel that they wouldn't be able to get to just from their website or just from other places. Like I said, if somebody wants to go ahead and buy coatings, they're not going to go to Alibaba, do that search if they just want to do that for fun. They're going to go there because they actually want to go ahead and buy something. And if you think about it, maybe they're not doing search for coatings, but maybe they're doing something for a similar search, maybe industrial coatings, industrial, anything related to it. They're going to get a product that's going to come up, at some point they're going to see this business and they're going to go ahead and be already in the buying mindset. And that's going to be where you would want to be found.
I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps moving equipment all over the world. One of the things that our equipment was exposed to was lots of salt damage. We had these tankers lined up in the back. I walked out there one day, I took a hammer, I hit the side of the tank and it went through them. The corrosion had eaten right through the tanks. We had to throw them all away, $1 million worth of equipment from salt fog. Had we had this coating, we never would have lost that equipment.
I began in 2003 to develop the world's most durable coating that you couldn't scratch. Solvents, acids, UV rays wouldn't attack and would have extreme corrosion resistance. And that's where we came up with the NanoClear brand.
I'm selling product in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, and a host of others. We wouldn't have reached those customers without Alibaba.com. We made money the first year. Typically what I have found on trade shows is there's a lot of tire kickers and nobody buys. And so what I find on Alibaba is there's 40 million buyers. They're all looking to buy. When the pandemic was here, if you weren't electronic marketing, you weren't doing very well. Alibaba.com really helped us survive that, and now we're reaching out even more so worldwide. One of our customers came to us and he said, well, I do pools. Can you coat a pool? Let's go coat it. It looked gorgeous. And he said, well, when am I going to have to come back to recoat this? Later this year? I said, no, how about 10 years? He was shocked. If you don't have a belief in that product that it's going to work, you shouldn't sell it. I'm at the hip with this phone 24/7. Top right corner is an Alibaba supplier, because sometimes in the middle of the night, they're zinging me up on that line. Sometimes at midnight isn't such a good thing for me, but it is a good thing for business. Boom, I get the call. There we go.
Great. So I wanted to go through another case study. This is a food distributor that we have on Alibaba. We've been working with them for 3 years now. We work closely with them through our account management team and to grow some of their more consumer daily good products. So this is a business that was on Alibaba for a year, maybe 2 years. It took them a little while to see what they were looking for from it. But they just had so many products that when people were going ahead and doing searches, once we actually started getting the page found consistently, there was so much interest. Maybe somebody was coming to the page looking for candy and they realized they needed their mints instead, right? So there's so many gaps in just traditional, driving traffic to your website, getting people finding you on Google, where Alibaba, it's going to fill in some of those gaps. Maybe the retail shop's not going to go ahead and search on Google. Maybe they're just going to use, their distributor that they've known for so long. And maybe they pull up Alibaba one day just to see what's on there. This is going to be where you want to be because the person's actually going to buy who's going there to do a search.
My grandfather actually started a company called Slam Bam the Candyman back in the 70s, and they actually shipped gourmet high-end chocolate throughout the country and throughout the world. That business shuttered in the early 80s, 90s because he wasn't able to grow it, and it really showed us, oh wow, our business has evolved, and now we're going to reimagine and cater it to a new vision and a new storyline. Candy is sweet. It brings people together. It makes people happy. So if you walked into a gas station or a grocery store, from candy to refrigerated items, we can be that e-commerce business for their specific needs. We really consider ourselves a modern-day Willy Wonka in today's modern era. I started Shop the King with my friend Sam. It was kind of born out of our 12-year relationship. It was fun when we got our first couple sales. We celebrated, we were very excited, and said, okay, we got to grow and keep seeing our sales compound month after month. One of the ways we were able to do that was we reached out to Alibaba.com to create a business profile, and that has allowed us to engage and communicate with other B2B companies throughout the country and internationally. I get really excited on that keyword search when customers on Alibaba.com are looking for candy or Hershey's. I pick up the phone and call Sam and say, hey, we got this new lead from Alibaba.com. It just makes my day. Growing from doing one order to doing 20 or 30 orders in a 1 or 2 month period, the platform speaks for itself. That's just weight in gold. We're cultivating and growing relationships with these companies that we would have never had exposure to if it wasn't for Alibaba.com. When we bring on new leads or new customers by way of some of the software that we're leveraging on Alibaba.com, we try and qualify our customers within a 24-hour period. That's one of the largest benefits we've seen, is that conversion speed to market of new customer acquisition. Any advice I'd give to someone that's new onto Alibaba.com is to ask a lot of questions, rely on their technical support. They help us every step of the way, and we see that growth pay dividends in our sales from international traffic. Given the opportunity to have 10 years working with my grandfather, and I think he'd be very proud that we're carrying on his legacy. He would say, Adam, the world is your oyster. You have to fail to be successful. We've grown so much by way of the support from Alibaba.com to position us to be a larger player on the marketplace.
Great. So now we've hit a couple different categories, industrial manufacturing, we've hit food and beverage. So now I wanted to jump into one of the categories that I'm a little bit more familiar with in supplements. So we've had a lot of success with supplement businesses on the platform. Main things that these businesses look for is they have to get their certificates uploaded. So it does take a little bit longer to get fully onboarded and fully in front of the businesses. But once those hurdles have actually been jumped through, there's a lot of traffic in different categories like vitamins, supplements, nutrients, anything related to that. There's a lot of interest. So what we want to make sure of is when someone does a search, that a business can go ahead and actually just jump right in there and fill that. This supplier specifically, they've been on the platform for 9 years. So pretty much as soon as we started the US supplier program, they were on there, and they've really grown and evolved with the changes of Alibaba and been able to start capturing the site as we start getting in front of more and more people, especially someone who's, GNC, who's a small mom and pop store, all of those different in that range. They're going to want to go ahead and find somebody who can ship them quality close by and who's actually FDA certified, they have a GMP certificate. That's going to be a business like this who can go ahead and actually provide that higher level quality and higher level satisfaction standards as far as security with the certifications that they meet.
fortunate because I built a nice business where I have that freedom to choose how I want to spend my time. Like I said, I'm a new father. I'm just so appreciative to have the time to spend with my son, and I take that religiously. So work-life balance is so vital.
Wow! Oh, I just missed it. I didn't take a picture. That's okay.
All they have to do is bring an idea to me. I turn that idea into reality. Not only do we have the product, we have a design team that can create the look and feel they're looking for. It's really a full-scale white label option for them from start to finish, right? And then we take their dream and we deliver it to their doorstep. I call myself white glove service, and that's really what we are. We're a white glove service. And that's really the American dream. I mean, that's why platforms like Alibaba, I don't want to sound like a commercial, but basically platforms like Alibaba give you that avenue to add wealth and add income and traffic, and I give the end buyer the ability to test my stuff at a very economical rate. I always say selling on Alibaba.com is kind of like being at like 5 trade shows at once. It's like trade shows cost anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. And if you're lucky, you might find one good buyer at every trade show or every other trade show. On Alibaba.com, you might find 2, 3, 4 good buyers a week. Honestly, the best advice I could have given to myself is take more chances. For the most part, a very conservative person. That's why I felt like testing Alibaba at a conservative price was well worth the money. Of course, that paid dividends 100 times over. So don't hesitate. If you have an idea, do it right away. Don't waste time.
That was great to hear from Dan a little bit on some of the success that he's had. So now that we've gone through the supplement section of it, I wanted to do one more business that we have on Alibaba and go over a little bit of the textile industry and kind of what we want to see from a business in that category. So this is a business, they do just distribution and wholesale for textiles, different fabrics, different versions of that. They have a bunch of different products listed on Alibaba, and you can see from the site shown there on the right, it's much more customized towards their specific buyer. When someone goes on there, their mini site tells a story of what they're looking to actually go ahead and convey, and they're able to reach all around the world with that, right? So someone who's searching fabric, they're not going to be able to go ahead and get an idea of exactly what a business offers as far as products and go ahead and be able to conversate with that person on a platform like they would on Alibaba. A lot of the other platforms, it's very transaction based or very, I'll go ahead and just take a look at it. Whereas Alibaba, it really starts the conversation. You can get their information. You can start messaging them and reaching out. And this is something that Mobshot Group has really been great at. So the next step is getting an idea of how you would start selling. The first thing is obviously making the decision that it's a good fit for your business. And I would be more than happy to speak with you or someone from my team. Feel free to leave a message in the comments or to go ahead and reach out to us through our booking meeting link at the end. So I went into this a little bit before, but I'll zoom through it again. As far as how it would go, once you decide you want to do it, once you go through how it fits for you, we have an annual membership fee. Once the annual membership fee is paid, we do business verification with our team, make sure that you have your articles of incorporation, your ID. Once that's done, we'll get the spreadsheet out to you so you can start giving us the information for your products. You'll get your once you pass business verification, you'll get your spreadsheet back to us. Once the verification has been approved, we'll go ahead and collect the images for you to design your storefront. Once your storefront is set up fully, our account management team will walk you through how to respond to buyers, what to do on Alibaba to have the best level of success. And we'll really walk you through your first month, 2 months, depends on how quick you want to progress through that stage. But we'll meet you where you're at as far as how quick you want to go through it, how quick you want to get the information back to us. What I would say is the higher level of support that you have, the more likely you are to progress through that stage quicker. Great. So 6 reasons to join Alibaba. I've covered all of them, but just a little recap before. We're the world's largest B2B wholesale marketplace. We have the highest amount of traffic, 300,000 inquiries every single day. There's buyers all around the world, buyers in every little nook and cranny of the world that you could imagine. And we want to make sure that we can get you found by these people. We can get your products in front of the right people. And there's no limitations on when you can go on Alibaba. It's a trade show 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And we want to make the most of your platform and getting you in front of the audience that's on Alibaba. And the best way to do it is just to get started. We know that you have probably small margins on big wholesale orders, and we want to keep the commission to 0. So it's just an annual fee on Alibaba. And then making sure that, the features, the advertising tools, the services that you want, we give you information on it. But it's completely up to the business, making sure that they're getting more of what they're already getting to have as much success as possible. Great. So now a little bit more on the cost structure, really giving you guys a full idea of how Alibaba works. So we have more of a premium amount of service with the package farther to the right. Those packages, it's going to be mainly our team, our director of account management who sold on Alibaba, working through with you with some of our other account managers, strategizing weekly on how to get you guys from point A to point B as quick as possible. Point A being deciding to sign up on Alibaba, point B being getting orders on Alibaba. We want to make sure that you guys can get to that point and give you the best path possible for your industry, for your products, and kind of what you have to post with the catalog that you have at your hands. For businesses that have a higher level of econ team or team that's handling the e-commerce side of things, maybe they have a specific person who's handling all of their e-commerce, all of their website, and you guys want to go ahead and give it a chance on your own. The standard or the basic package is going to be a little bit more of a fit for those businesses. Maybe that's just joining our account seminars once a month. Maybe that's speaking with your AE like myself once a month. On top of that, we want to make sure that any business along that chain, we're there to offer them their service. We found that premium level of account support gets you to that point as quick as possible. And for the amount of help that you're getting with a premium level service, you're getting a lot more value than the $6,500 or the $8,000 in additional money from our team. If you were to hire somebody on your own time or your own employee, a lot of times they're working $50,000, $60,000 a year. We're able to offer similar support, just communicating with a higher end person on the business end and telling them what they need to do on the way, rather than them asking questions to us and relying on their own know-how to get to that point. Great. So go ahead and scan the QR code. If you have any questions, please let us know. I'm going to turn it over to Jess from here on out.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Matt, and for explaining how Alibaba works and how you can sign up. Now we're going to welcome back Mattia. Do we have any questions? Okay. Well, if you have any questions, please put them into the box now. If there isn't, then maybe we will end our session early. As always, you can always scan the QR code and schedule a meeting and ask our questions face to face to our team.
Yeah, I just see that there is one question, Jessica, maybe I can answer.
Okay.
Our buyer are sourcing products both through our app that you can download in all stores, but also through PC and desktops. So be sure that when you design your product, or you're looking for packaging, or you are creating your design, be sure that your design, your packaging, and your visual can be customized to reach the buyers that are both sourcing through our app and sourcing through our desktops. Actually, 30% of our buyers are sourcing through our PC version of Alibaba.com. 40% are just using the app, especially in Asia, and 30% are both using our app and our PC. So last advice, and I know that Elie gave you 5 advice, I gave you 7 advice. So reach out to us, and this is our last advice. As mentioned, scan the QR code, but also Jessica, we need to remind to follow all our social media accounts. This webinar has been broadcasted in all our social media platforms. So if you want to review it, or if you miss some parts, you can go to our Alibaba US YouTube channel and watch it again. But I suggest, I see that many companies, also big companies, in the list here. If you are looking for, if you have specific questions, just reach out to us. We will be more than happy to answer and customize all the products and all our services based on your needs. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for everyone for joining us. Please keep tuned. Every week we'll have webinars similar to this, where you get to learn really wonderful, valuable information about how you can trade B2B, and also how Alibaba.com can help you expand your business. Thank you so much for watching. And I've sent all our social media information, also meeting link information in the chat. Feel free to also scan the QR code next to Mattia if you also want to talk to him. And thank you so much to Elie for joining us today. That was a really wonderful presentation. I learned a lot. So thank you.
It was a big pleasure for me.
Thanks, Elie, and see you soon. And thank you once again, and thanks Centdegrés team for preparing the presentation. I say hi to everyone in Paris, and thank you for being with us for 90 minutes tonight.